Welcome back. My relationship thing with Henry and Victoria Dog, but we're going to talk about the Hawk Tuah girl and why you hate her. You don't care anything about this girl. I'm going to prove it today on this episode. Let's go. You know what a Hawk Tuah spit on that thing is, huh?
Like it's a noun. Yes, I know what it is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say it? You are a freak, man. You are a freak. I can tell right now. Listen, you got people watching. So Hawk Tuah girl
Mm-hmm.
has taken the internet by storm.
Right.
Blown up. It's crazy
So
right
many
now.
memes about her right now.
Yeah, memes everywhere. There's videos everywhere. There's the cap cut thingy everywhere. Now she's starting to kind of make the rounds on podcasts and all of this type of stuff. But wait, people hate that girl.
Wait, let's explain who she is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so in the streets of Nashville, late at night, and around the bar scene, somebody did an interview and was asking women. One particular woman asked her, "What's one thing that you do in bed that makes a man go crazy?" And she said, "You got a Hawk Tuah, spit on that thing." And she answered some more of his interview questions. But yep, that's where that meme comes from.
So what do you think about that?
I think that her answer would be correct, but I think for married couples, so she should not know this, and she should not be promoting this, and this is being promoted all over the internet. Young girls are watching. Oh, I have to do this. Interesting. Okay.
That's usually how attention works too, as well. You know, oh, this person got attention from doing this and they blew up. They went viral for doing this type of thing.
Right.
What must I do to do this? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna blow a bubble out of my toes, or something like. It's always the next thing, and it's always sexual too when you think about it, as far as that particular type of stuff. But again, I say that this is a danger waiting to happen. Right now, she started to make a little money. She said
a lot of money.
A couple thousand. I think
$65,000.
$65,000.
You mean a couple?
We probably make that in one episode. It's nothing. It's light work for us. You know.
She made $65,000. She partnered with a merch company in Tennessee and put Hawk Tuah 24 spit on that thing on hats and shirts and other apparel, and they've made $65,000 over like a week because this is fairly new. So,
question for you: what happens when the Hawk Tuah dries up? Yeah. See, this is why people come to the podcast and listen to me. Johnny, next week she's off the show.
I have an idea. So for her, what happens when the merch stops selling?
Right? Yeah, okay, we can look at it from that standpoint. Yes.
Okay. I would predict, hopefully I'm wrong, I would predict that she would move on to the next thing in that same arena. How could she make money? How could she profit off of this sexual thing, this sexual comment, this sexual attention? How can she profit off of it? Because she obviously has a track record of success overnight.
Correct. So she's looking for that high again, right? Because, again, people want this girl, talk to this girl, or around this girl because of Hawk Tuah, right? And people that come into her life will probably get some Hawk Tuah, that's fine. And then some won't as well. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's fine, but you got some that will, some that won't, either way. But when the Hawk Tuah dries up, because you're in a world that is microwave, it's very quick, it's very right now, right? Hawk Tuah this week, again, blowing bubbles next week, right? So what does the Hawk Tuah girl do when her time is up and it's blowing bubbles time this week? Like you said, in order to try to be relevant, now you have to try to do the next freaky thing, right?
Now this is what everybody knows you as. This is what's expected of you.
Correct. And so when you go and apply for a job, they're like, the manager's like, yes, come on in.
This is like, it's like a tattoo, like this viral thing, this one night turned into a viral video, it's like a tattoo that she's just wearing around forever. People
Correct.
see her face, instantly recognize that's the Hawk Tuah girl.
Right. And what usually happens again is, in her inbox right now are guys saying, okay, yeah, I'll pay you X amount of dollars. I think she said this today that some guy wanted to pay her $600 to spit in a jar, right? Seems nasty to us.
Yeah.
And right now that may seem nasty to her. But when the $65,000 is gone, jar please, right? And now you're looking at the fact that in her inbox, more than likely, you got all these guys in Hollywood calling saying, okay, well, you know what? I got a video deal for you. I'll give you $1 million to do this video right here.
She was on somebody's concert stage
Correct.
the other night. I forgot who it was.
And again, this thing is only maybe a week.
Literally like a week old, week and a half.
So what again happens when that is not the popular thing for this woman? And I don't think people care enough about this woman to think past this Hawk Tuah thing, right? We don't care enough as a society to say, this is probably bad look for this girl. Can she get a husband off of that? If she's out there having relations, which she obviously was doing beforehand because she's mentioned that.
Yeah.
She's having more relations now. Either you're going to be having kids or you're going to be killing kids, right? So that thing turns sideways, turns ugly real fast.
Yeah. And I also want to mention, I want to, add some responsibility to the interviewer because I went to their Instagram to see the full interview, which was asking questions like, what's your favorite position? How do you get over a guy? And she said, the only way to get over a guy is to get under another. He's like, how many are on your roster right now? But that's not just this video. His whole Instagram page is full of him interviewing women at the bar scene at night. That's his whole Instagram. He's profiting off of this. And these videos are going viral. These women, they're answering these same sexual questions. They often are exchanging phone numbers with him for a late night hookup. You can see that in the video. Or they're turning around, wiggling their butt cheeks. Like the whole thing is just sexualizing, profiting off of that.
Yeah, and you got to think about these interviews are usually happening right around a bar somewhere, ladies and drinking and stuff like that. And it's about your presentation too. So they know who to ask. These same guys won't ask, Kamala Harris. They won't ask a lawyer, hey, what's your favorite position? You know what I mean? They won't ask a female police officer. Hey, excuse me, officer, what is a Hawk Tuah? It's because of how you carry yourself. It's the uniform that you wear. Strength and honor should be your clothing, but when these women are out here acting like that, guys play on that emotion, everything. Next thing you know, boom, Chris Brown taking a picture with you. I'm just saying that's a dirty thing, but I really feel bad for this woman. And if we're to look at this woman 2 years from now, what would she look like? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she would probably try to start a podcast, but are we going to listen to what she got to say?
Respect has been lost.
It's gone. And if you're not quoting the same thing over and over, if you're going to have a podcast saying Hawk Tuah all the time, then, maybe you'll get some views for at least, 2-3 days. But then value has to come into play. And that is the problem. That's the long-term game that I think people are not looking at when they're thinking about this woman. People get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just support her? She's doing great for herself. Oh.
Is that what they're saying?
That's what they're saying. But who am I besides some gorgeous man on a podcast?
You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right. You guys can catch us for the next episode. Click subscribe.
What about liking the video? They want to
like it and share it.
What about turn on the notifications?
Turn on your notifications.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Henry and Victoria Doss, we love you.